I'm Oracle Anie, and in this video, I have a message from a spirit in heaven. I'll tell you what he told me the first time we made contact, and then I'll connect with him once again to ask him why he feels connected to you. Why does he want to share this message with you? I will tell you his beautiful message, and I do get very emotional at the end. I've added more information about him in the description below. Thank you for watching. So the message that I initially wrote down from this spirit, he's talking about taking your time, making a decision. He's talking about looking into the future of how you're going to feel after you've made whatever this decision is, right? And I'm assuming that it's going to be different for everybody out there. He says, how are you going to feel about this in 3 months or in 6 months or a year from now, right? This seems to be very important decision, and I would say do not take it lightly. He's also told me that the only one that can make the right decision for you is you. You can ask people for their opinion, but at the end of the day, it has to be something that works for you, right? Don't just follow somebody else's opinion just because. He also told me, don't let somebody else make the decision for you. Meaning, there are times in our lives when we have two choices, right? We can choose this or we can choose that. And there's often a third choice that is like not making a choice at all. And when we choose to not make a choice, we are giving that power to the person who's going to make the choice for us. He's saying, avoid doing that. Take your power and make the decision that works for you. In his message, he had also talked about the dream space. And I'm not sure exactly how this connects. I initially thought that he was coming through to his loved ones through their dream space in order to help them make a decision, right? I have called him to come back. I do not sense him in the space with me, but I do sense a connection that's coming from the top of my head and kind of like, it's like a thread that's going out. Okay, the image that I'm getting, I don't know if you remember as a kid, or maybe like in movies, right? Where the kids would live in two different houses, right? And they would use the metal cans with the string attached to it to communicate privately between the windows, between the space, between the windows of the house, right? So that's kind of like what I'm getting tonight is like my head is one of the cans and then it has a string and then I'm like on the other end is Damon. Yes. Okay. Who are the people, Damon, who are the people that you wish to communicate this message to? Like, how would people know that this message is for them, right? That this guidance is for them. Okay, talk about, what's that word? Because it looks like brown, but I don't see it spelled out quite as clearly. So I'm not sure if you are saying brown or not. It's a B word. B-O. Damon, is the way that you died relevant to the people that need to hear this message, that need this guidance from you? No. Is the way that you lived your life relevant to the people that you want this message to go to? It's like a soft yes. What about the way that you were living your life when you were alive is similar to the person who is going to resonate with this message from you? So I hear spicy. Spicy in what way? Tear. Spicy tear. Oh, what does that mean? Was it hard to cry when you were alive? Was that difficult? No. Okay, that's not it. Spicy tear. Okay. Instead of me asking you questions, just what would you like to tell people? Spicy tear. Okay. I'm going to use the soul cards to see. I feel like it's his heart. And I'm also feeling like this has to do with opening up and being vulnerable and expressing what is in your heart. It could be pain, right? That needs to be expressed. So I just heard pain. It could be releasing pain that you've been holding on to in your heart. I'm also getting lungs. Okay. And I'm almost getting this sense of opening up and speaking about the pain is like this disinfectant for your energy. Okay. So the way that I'm processing that is, if you're feeling like bogged down with life or with a circumstance or with a situation in your life or something, and you're not able to see through like this like darkness or this like heavy feeling, I'm getting this sense of like, like speak up about the pain, right? And you don't have to speak it to somebody else necessarily, but just acknowledging it to yourself can really like change the energy around you, right? Because you're no longer repressing something that's like only affecting you. Okay. So maybe in order to make this decision, you have to acknowledge the pain that is keeping you from knowing what the decision is, right? And so that's why it doesn't make sense to ask somebody else, what should you do? Because that person may not know the pain that you have in your heart. and lungs. It's just like highlighted lungs. If somebody else makes a decision, they're just not going to know how that's going to affect you. And so it is important. It is important for you to take that into consideration, because you don't want to create another situation where you're adding more pain to the pain, right? You want to be able to unburden yourself from that. I feel like this decision has come up before. Whatever choice or decision you have made in the past has brought you back to this place. Again, the only way to open, like cut that cycle, is to acknowledge the pain, right? I'm getting mother. Okay. What about the mother? Pain. Okay. This could be a pain that is generational. It could be pain from your mother's line. Whatever this decision is, it's almost like your ancestors count on you to break the cycle. And I feel like they know that you can do it. Remember, the strengths of your ancestors are also within you. It's not just the fucked up things, right? Like, there's also good stuff there. You can ask your ancestors to visit you in your dreams to impart wisdom to you. It seems like you have time to make this decision, right? Because he's saying, take your time. Take your time. If you ask for guidance, it will come. Right? You're not alone. You do have spiritual support. I'm going to show you this just in case you relate to it in some way. Don't lose hope. Okay? This person is holding onto their pain. And sometimes we hold on to our pain because we feel like nobody would understand. And maybe we feel like nobody has ever gone through this kind of pain, so it's not even worth talking about. But that's not the case, right? Like, there are people out there that know exactly what you're going through, or what you have experienced, or what this maternal wound is, right? And so this is the card showing, open up. Open up. And speaking about that pain, even to yourself, again, it's going to cleanse your energy. It's almost like, dropping the weight, dropping the darkness, dropping or like pushing a dark cloud out of the way. Okay? And you will jump for joy. This is a card of a person dancing and celebrating and going, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free of the shackles of the pain. And if you notice the thumbnail, this is the green. This is the green that Damon chose to be represented as. And that is, that is about, like, I understand what you're going through, right? That is the connection. Is that he also had to deal with this when he was alive. This wound, this pain, he had to deal with it when he was alive. And I don't know if he was able to resolve it before he passed. He's saying no. So now he's helping He's helping you. If you've resonated with this, he's helping you so that you can. He's trying to earn his wings, as they say. Okay, I'm gonna cry, so I'm gonna go. Thank you.